Hello everybody on the internet. Now this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the show, don't watch this video. Loki is the third installment of Phase 4 and the third MCU Disney Plus show. I was excited for this show, but I wasn't hyped because we've already seen Loki die and his story end, so making a show about an alternate timeline version of a dead character, it's a weird decision, but I was blown away. This show was more than I ever imagined it would be. This show is a time travel crime thriller with the God of Mischief, and that is cool. This show is the craziest thing in the MCU, and it is the most story crucial thing we've gotten in a while. And once again, this show 100% looks like a movie. It has some of the coolest visuals in all of the MCU. The cinematography is awesome, and I love the music. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's unlike any other music in the MCU. It feels very mysterious and cool. Something that really stood out to me was the quality of the writing. The show is written by Michael Waldron, and the writing felt so natural, and the exposition never felt like too much. And it was able to make really long conversations very interesting. Because of how well this show was written, I am now even more excited for Multiverse of Madness, which is also written by Michael Waldron. It is good to see Tom Hiddleston in a leading role. And this Loki variant from the Avengers is a villain under the light of a hero. And this Loki, of course, develops very differently. We already know Loki, but this show gives us more of an insight into his mind, and we learn that he was never truly evil. That scene in episode 1 where he's watching the rest of his life play out the way it was supposed to up till his death, that was amazing, and he gets so emotional. This Loki actually grows to care for people like Mobius and Sylvie, and I love the emphasis on what it is to be a Loki and what is his glorious purpose. But even though Loki's the main character here, I don't think this is Loki at his best. I think Loki is better in all of the movies. And Tom Hiddleston has always given his best performance. It is so cool to see Owen Wilson in the MCU. And Mobius is instantly likable. Owen Wilson has great chemistry with Tom Hiddleston, and Mobius changes Loki for the better, and Loki changes Mobius for the better. Their friendship is so nice. I knew that the variant would be Lady Loki, or Sylvie as she calls herself. I love how the start of the show made you think that she would be the villain, but no, it went completely different. At first, she wasn't really likable, but she quickly grew on me. Sophia DiMartino was great with Tom Hiddleston. And they're both on the same journey, and they fall for each other, which is weird, but it makes sense. I love how this show was used as a way to set up Kang the Conqueror. After episode 4, I knew that Kang would have to be behind the TVA. But I did not expect Kang to appear so soon. I mean, obviously, what we saw in episode 6 was Nathaniel Richards, playing God over time. Kang the Conqueror will end up being a variant of him. And he was really loopy, but Jonathan Majors did a great acting job there. And if he's gonna be Kang the Conqueror, and presumably the Council of Kangs, I can't wait to see the acting range he brings to it. Now I'm gonna go over the episodes, and I love the episode titles. Episode 1 really got me engaged, and the audience is in the same position as Loki, exploring the TVA and expanding the MCU like never before. Episode 2 had much more of Loki and Mobius, and the hunt for the variant was pretty cool, but I didn't expect them to reveal her so soon. Episode 3 was definitely my least favorite, and the pacing was a little boring, but they established Lady Loki very well. Episode 4 was a big improvement, it really raised the stakes. And it was great to see Lady Sif cameo. But the ending where the timekeepers are fake and Loki and Mobius get pruned, it's shocking. Either episode 4 or 5 is my favorite. The void in this episode was really cool. It's full of so many crazy Easter eggs like the Thanos copter and Frog Thor. And all the Loki variants, they were very well done. Old Loki, Alligator Loki, Kid Loki. And in the finale, Loki and Sylvie have come so far. But then Sylvie plays right into Kang's hands. And now there's so many more new timelines that are in chaos. And Loki's now in another timeline. And I think Ravonna is definitely going to become connected to Kang somehow. I need season 2 right now because I need Loki to reunite with Mobius and Sylvie. Loki was a great show and something new for the MCU, but it does fall a little lower in the MCU for me. I think that it is better than WandaVision, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is way better than this. I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. Michael Waldron and Kate Herron did a great job with this show. So, what did you think of Loki? What was your favourite character and episode? What do you think is going to happen in season 2? Let me know in the comments below. And for all time, always.